I had a buddy ask, with winter coming and me running the car shop, the gun shop, and of course we're getting into commercial snow plowing too. Aside from the fact my partner down in Auburn Hills is running the transport company, that when do I ever come home? Well, I wasn't really. So what we did is we moved part of the operation back to the house, which ironically is where Pickering Auto started in '87, because of the fact that me and Cindy bought the house I grew up in, and my father had purchased 3 parcels of property, so the shop is 2,200 square feet behind the house. That houses the machine shop, and then we have an independent building, a 20 by 30 that we use for powder coating and Cerakoting and some custom loading still, but with the machines that we're running now, especially since we obtained our ammo remanufacturing license, which for those that don't know, it's illegal to reload and resell your own ammo. Matter of fact, I wouldn't suggest giving it to a buddy even. There's just so many things that can go wrong. The liability is horrendous. So what we did is we took, these are manual Hornaday Progressives. This one's still set up for 5.56, and then this one over here, yeah, it's got the case feeder and the bullet feeder. This is still set up for 9mm, which I don't know. I think we did inventory last month. We're still setting on well over 100,000 rounds of what I call fast movers. Stuff last year that people were getting all geeked up about when the shortage really hit, of ready to go ammo. It's everything from Winchester to IMI, which a lot of people haven't heard of IMI, and a real quick one there is IMI stands for Israeli Military Industries. Being in Special Forces for 7 years, when we would deploy, I actually preferred IMI when we would load out. A lot better quality, in my opinion, than the Lake City, Missouri plant where we draw from normally. So, excuse me. Anyway, I think that in whole, I probably have just an equal mix of everything. Everything guys were wanting to buy. Of course, with the gun business, it's a little tough because, you seem to attract all kinds of fucking friends, if you will. Of course, they're never ones that would come over and help you if you needed something done. They're just your friends when they want to buy ammo and expect you to sell it to them because I am an ammo wholesaler as well. And then they want to buy bulk, which, that, just so everybody knows, is why a lot of places, whether it's big box or whatever, our small hardware here in town even has stopped, allowing, well, I think they've went back to letting you buy whatever you want. It's way overpriced, but your standard 9mm, 5.56, 308, 10mm, 40, Smith & Wesson, crap like that. That's mainstay. Of course, building custom firearms, everybody's hell-bent on the AR chassis, which I've met a guy out in Wisconsin who, he's into AKs, and I think most people know how I feel having a real bad situation down in Hondo and Panama, where my spotter, I was a sniper, of course, my spotter, on a deployment, we were on Overwatch for probably 31 hours, and he was always joking with me, and he pushed one night, and I shot a 338 Lapua Barrett 98B, and it was a heavy gun, and then we're tired and everything else. Well, at the sound or the time this happened, that shove saved my life, because Hag, as he went by, Tony, pushed me out of the way and took a AK-47 round out of a sniper, cartel sniper rifle. Took him in the arm, else I wouldn't be filming this, quite frankly. Awarded the Purple Heart, and then sadly he became a Stat 22 this summer, or this past spring. He couldn't deal with the administration that's currently in. He didn't believe in the way the country's being run. He couldn't understand, which a lot of us feel that way, is we don't understand because we see communism here in this country. And it's just, it racks on you because too many times there's things going on here that were going on in the combat countries that we were defending the free parts of those countries, and it's just, it's very upsetting, you know. I don't, you know, good for the new Go Brandon, because it's really fuck Joe as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, back to the video. This station here is from a good old, the press is a Lee 3 station, and it's given to me by one of my mentors. And I take a lot of criticism on this because it's one of the oldest presses I have. He passed in 2016. Excuse me, 2018 he passed. In 2016, he decided he didn't want to reload no more, so he dumped off just tons and tons of reloading equipment, and these are really cool. It's very easy to just swap plates out, and I can actually produce a ton of ammo with these. I wouldn't really call them progressive, but I'll tell you something, for somebody on a budget, I would tell them to get this, because you can change out real quick. I can show you here real quick. There's just a few setups I have, and with Cindy letting me bring at least part of the reloading operation here, back here to the hacienda, it makes life a lot easier for me. Everything I do check, double check, and triple check. I have to. People's lives are counting on it. That's a Hornady, just a powder dispenser for this station here. Of course, there's a bullet sizing check. I use a variety of scales. Everything's redundant. The progressive Hornadays, it's funny, it got brought up in the past. They're okay. What I tend to do is there's a priming tube right here where my finger is. That fills with primers. Hornady knows, and I can say that I'm a Hornady dealer, that these primer tubes, or the priming station portion of this, is, that sucks. And I mean, primers are like gold right now. I can't afford to lose primers through these tube systems. And I just basically, what me and Cindy are now empty nesters. Oftentimes I'll sit and watch TV upstairs, and I just basically hand prime a lot of my own. Unless we're doing out in the big shop, we have our Dillon 1050s. We have 3 of those with Mark 7s. Those are full automated. They're capable of running well over 1,000 rounds an hour, but they're all electronically checked. Each station has a sensor and whatnot, but to be honest with you, I've reloaded for, over 25 years. I've had my remanufacturing license for a couple years now, but anyway, the system still is fast. I've incorporated different bullet feeders from different companies. This is an Rcbs bullet feeder for the 9mm, and then the case feeder, yeah. If you want a headache, turn it on. It shoots them out and drops them down the feed tube. It's full right now. I mean, the tube's empty, but the tank's full. Again, with them being primed already, there's really no use for that part of it. But And then the 5.56 is kind of the same situation. Carson, my grandson, he didn't do it on purpose. He snapped the collet off the case feeder on this one, which is no big deal. Again, the 5.56 is pre-primed, so it goes quick. Well, this is another station I set up because of hunting season this year. Conspiracy theory or not, if you like 308, which is a common NATO round again, 7.62x51, gosh, I've never seen so many varieties of 308. Good luck trying the 30-06, 270, 270 WSM, 280, 70-06. I've got a order to fill down here yet. That's just that. Parent bought his kid a gun during this whole bullshit gun deal, and it worst caliber. But anyway, we pushed out a ton of 30-06 this year. We still have obviously quite a bit to sell, and tons of prep brass that's ready to go to fill order. Or if I started to say over here, we're doing 30-30 right now with this old Lee, and I just thought it was fitting because I still own the gun, but my favorite is a lever cowboy gun. The only thing I've done is I moved up to a Henry side gate 30-30. I still have my Marlin, but I just thought it was fitting to do what typically is. I think no one, if anybody wants to argue with me, they can. I don't give a fuck. But 30-30 is like one of the oldest cartridges still used today. It actually was a black powder cartridge before it became smokeless. But anyway, that's 30-30. And then processing brass, it's never a done deal. That's a 6.5 Grendel I'm building for a customer right now. Of course, it's all Cerakoted. Cases, do we have brass? Just a little. That's just a small portion. That is all prepped. Actually, some of it's prepped and primed. Those days are done. You used to be able to actually buy brass pre-primed. Excuse me. Just a little powder down here. I think that makes Cindy feel a little uneasy, but yeah, I take about every safety precaution you can, and that's not an issue right there. We even brought in a couple. Oh, good God, one of the Grand Boys helmets is on it. We got 2 mini washers down here. The Lyman works really good. The Frankfurt, it's okay for small batches, but I have a big production tumbler too. Plus I got to share Cindy's gardening crap and the pond crap down here too. But to answer the question that a buddy of mine had about when do you ever come home, well, thanks to her, it's so nice to be able to just walk downstairs and get some work done without having to, spend time between the car shop, the gun shop around town, and basically pop home enough to feed my face. We do some of the gun repair here. These two here, actually they're both mine as I think about it. I'm changing the trigger on the 338 Lapua here. Just got a really nice Timony. This is a BA 110. I've got a Lapua 338 98B. Chris Barrett and I are good friends. Goes way back from my time in the service. I've met Chris. Chris also is, I know it's corny, he signed my new 82A 50 cal bolt. It's tough in Michigan though. Grayling's the only place I can shoot the damn thing. 338 we can shoot out to our local range, but they're only at 1,000 yards. Not being arrogant, that's a pop shot for Fred. These are the Ruger Precision series. This is my 308. But my money maker is my 6.5 Creedmoor. Definitely don't care what anybody says, all the testing, and then all the ladder testing I've done since 2016 on the 6.5 Creedmoor round. It does surpass and will surpass the 308 performance. I think that's one of my biggest attributes is I love to a challenge. Somebody always got to challenge me, you know, and they said the 6.5 Creedmoor would never outshoot in distance the 308. Well, I've spanked the 308 class. If they let us do what they call bi-classing, which they won't, I would. I mean, it's what keeps me in the 1 mile club, but I can easily do 1 mile with this gun or the 6.5. We've logged some incredible. 1975 is the longest yardage shot with the 6.5. So that's that. Of course, I got a variety of guns stacked. It's got to be fixed from hunting season, and I've got some. And then we have a pistol repair station on in the big building too, with benches and stuff. We brought back some of our inventory that's ready to sell. These are customs. These are Pickering Customs. Can't compete with the Dunhams and stuff like that. If they want to spend $800-900, that's where they need to go. These are all, I don't know. I've got more in the lowers and when I assemble the uppers, with lapping and barrel and headspace. There's just so much that goes into precision accuracy of the gun. My dad told me this: you do it right or you don't do it at all. But anyway, that's I learned how to count. There's 5 ready to go there. Of course, we have the AR pistol. Everybody wants an AR pistol now, and if they want it in 5.56, of course, they got to let me do a 100 for them for a short barrel rifle, because I have no problem doing the 9s because they're true. With the SBR, they're true legal pistols, but I'm just telling you guys out there that keep bugging me for 5.56 pistols, you gotta be into, you're in mucky waters with ATF on those being legal. But anyway, and then of course I do a lot of I still do move some of the sighting equipment in, which was going non-stop before hunting season this year. And we don't use that hokey laser crap. I mean, I have laser units, but of a different quality, a different class. I used to think Wheeler's setup was pretty decent. It is. But my bores, and it is spelled bores, capital B, capital O, capital R, capital S, which that unit is dead accurate. I can get a guy on paper when he leaves here, and the $30 we charge, compared, I've seen places, and I'm not going to say the hardware store in town, that charges $25 to aim them at the Cops and Donuts booth down from Sporting Goods and calls that a bore sight. This doesn't work that way. There's a lot more goes into it. Anyway, something too. People ask about supplies. Just for here, if I can do this without killing myself. That's just a few bullets. Of course, I've casted bullets for years, and bullet casting is probably going to be the way. What we got in here? Dies and shell holders and crap. Mostly crap. What's this one? More powder. There's some of Fred's castings. Those are 45 ACP. I didn't coat these ones. I actually just gas checked them. If guys want a powder coat, they can powder coat. We do a process that looks like powder coating, but I actually pay for the polymer. People argue that it's powder coat. I don't care. Our stuff will not heat. It's heat resistant, and it won't come off or lead the barrel. But anyway, I don't know. I'll do whatever customer wants. I can powder coat if they want powder coat, but I prefer to do the polymer coating. And then a lot of times I'll just run the lead and gas check them and sell them. Right now, people can't be too picky. It's how it is. So anyway, geez, oh Peach, we're at 20 minutes. But Timmy, I wanted to send you this because I keep telling you I was going to, and then I don't get around to it. But that's what my lovely bride decided to let me do this year. Getting older, both of us. Well, she's older than me, but anyway, I'm gonna call this a wrap.